Hey guys, this is Calvin OF with another episode of MOCTalks, and today I'm going to be talking about Jube, who got 8 or 9 votes. Although I will say, Madura came in close second with 5 coming pretty close to the end. So, I don't know, just throwing it out there. If you want to see her next time, keep voting. But yeah, so a lot of you wanted to see Jube, and that's understandable because I sort of turned him into one of the staples of my channel as of, let's say, 2012 to 2014. Probably a little before halfway through 2014 or so, let's say. I don't know. Either way, this character I did use a lot. And I didn't technically create this. I sort of created the character, and I definitely didn't create the mock. The mock was designed by Lego Freak for a Taraga Elemental contest. I think he has some kind of weird. It was like the contest was one of the periodic table, like make a mock based off the periodic table, and I think it was a Taraga. He was supposed to make a Taraga mock. So this guy on mock page is named Lego Freak 2444. He designed this little guy, and it's a nice little build. He's a cute little guy, and I don't know why. I actually don't even own this mask. I borrowed it from my cousin, and he's let me use it since. But I think it was just that when I was visiting my cousin once with all his Bionicle pieces, I built him just out of curiosity because I wanted to see if I could do it. And I'm not sure I got the design 100%, but it's pretty close. It's one of those designs where if you really look at the pictures, you can figure it out. And so that's what I did. And because the bio on mock pages had described him as pretty grumpy, I decided, I don't know why I randomly, but I came up with an idea for him being in a skit with Bogey and Rogie, two of my other old characters. And he started out more as just a lazy grump. If you see the first video on my channel that has him in it, he basically is just lazy. But as he went on, I kind of developed, I think in that very same video, he shoots somebody. And from there, I sort of developed this idea that he was kind of an army guy. And that's the character that I kind of created. I turned him into this military type character where he's always barking orders. He's calling people private. I'm not sure he actually calls anybody private in the first episode that he's in. He might, though. Either way, that's the idea of him being a military guy. I think that is mine. There might be something in his backstory that said that Lego Freak made up that said he was a military guy in the past, and I kind of drew from that. But as a character, that Lego Freak never built it made any videos, let's say. So he was never able to flesh that out, I guess. Flesh out him as a stereotype and just sort of solidify him as a stupid stereotype. And I did, because I used him for some reason. Also, I gave him the horns, didn't I? I think I gave him the horns. I can't even remember some of this stuff because, yeah, I did. The horns were mine. I gave him the horns. The original figure did not have horns, and I thought the horns looked good. And, I think that's the original figure. There he is, as he was meant to be. He also had a ball joint at the end of his Taraga staff, for those who did not ask that question and were just, I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty much his history in terms of his connection to Lego Freak. So now I'm just going to talk about him more as what I've used him for. He's basically been a joke of like, I'm a murderer, I'm a terrible human being, I'm a racist, I'm like the worst character ever. He's sort of like the stereotypical redneck Republican that everyone makes fun of. And he is very, very hateful of Callan. That was the joke that it made a little more sense when Callan was big, because I think the joke, part of my idea of the joke was that this guy is like super tiny, and yet Callan is still scared of this tiny little midget. Also, he's super old too, so that's another element of just Callan is kind of a weakling, and this guy's pretty tough and in his demeanor. But yeah, it still kind of works for this little figure too, because Cal's still like twice his size. Yeah. I didn't do much with Jube later because my friends kind of discouraged it. As time went on, like he just sort of became less interesting to me, and so and my friends kind of encouraged you should make better characters. This guy's kind of more in the past, and I agree. That's why I've limited him much more and barely used him. Though I do have to admit, I've always had a soft spot for the voice I created for him. Yeah, I'm Private Jube. Yeah, whatever. I'm just doing my best impression of Mater, kind of. Just do kind of a Mater, but make him act like a drill sergeant. Basically. That's basically what I'm doing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I did stuff where he killed Callan in the BioShorts finale, which is a joke. It's like, haha, after all that the series is ending anyway, so after all that, Callan still dies at the end. So yeah, that's all. I guess that's how I'll end it. And how I'm kill Callan now. Dead. So one last hurrah for Jube. I will make one more note that because I always felt a little bit copyish for basically taking someone else's creation and turning it into my own character, I did create my own little design and for ideas for making an even smaller Jube who might be like his dad or something and grumpier than he is. So I always like that, and if you want me to talk more about this design, I can, but there's not too much to say. So I don't know. If you want it, just I request it. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys another time. And now Jube is dead again.